Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing very well. For today's valued viewer request, we have from Kingsbury the 4th. What's the Slam ER's minimum turn radius? Cause I can think of a challenge for you, but if the Slam ER needs line of sight, I'm not sure if it would be possible to fire from one valley and curving the Slam ER to destroy a target in another valley. Very interesting. And I was waiting for someone to ask this. Just a few days ago, the Slam ER became available to us, late May 2021. And so we want to go and test how it can move kinematically. How many waypoints can it handle? How close can those waypoints be together? How accurately does it follow those waypoints? Can we bend it around small objects like buildings? And we're going to tie another one up in this as well. How stealthy is it? Another question you guys asked that I forgot to show here is it's supposed to be in real life a stealth missile, at least to a certain degree. But let's go see if it is stealthy. Can an SA-10 pick it up? Can an SA-15 pick it up? So first, the kinematic test. Let's start here. We're in Dubai. And we're just going to do a very simple circuit course for the missile. If it does this fine, then we'll move on to the next one. We're on a Hornet, low level there. We're going to fire the missile to waypoint 1, which is kind of along a road. So it's going to follow this highway. And it's 8 miles away. Then it's going to turn right at a big intersection. Then it's making a right turn down here. And it's going to jump across the water to here, just to make it big again. 7 miles. 7 miles is the smallest leg I want, just to make sure that I can at least do this. To this intersection here, or this road here, then follow that road roughly 7.5 miles to the target and hit the target. We're not asking a great deal of this missile to go and do that. That's 8 miles, 7 miles, 7 miles. If it does that, then what we'll do is we'll go and make a more complex course. It has to do things like avoid buildings to do this, like the Burj Khalifa and stuff like that. It will be able to avoid them. This is a terrain following missile. How it does it, I don't know, but some way or another, it's going to scan in front of it, analyze the terrain in front of it, and plot a course over that terrain, hills, buildings, whatever. It's, it's an intelligent missile. And we're in air to ground slammer. Let's see how fast we can set it up. So we've got TUO, flight altitude, cruise altitude doesn't matter because we're going to override it anyway. Electronic fuse. We're going to designate the target waypoint, which is 3. Okay, we're going to target waypoint. Next, we're going to punch in the steer points. In fact, just in case I forget, what we're going to do is just skip time to make sure we align it. Only my luck, I'll try and fire it without it being aligned. Done, aligned. Next, steer point. We all know how to do this by now. Steer point 1 is going to be at an altitude AGL of feet. This is, like I said, terrain following missile. It can do that. Waypoint 1, enter. Steer point 2, altitude in feet of 100. Enter waypoint 2. Enter. So I programmed in 2 steer points. Waypoint 1 at the Dubai downtown intersection, 100 feet AGL. Waypoint 2 off to the east by 7 miles at an intersection, 100 feet. And then it's going to find its own way to target at whatever altitude it wants. Okay, that's it. Let's go and see the missile go. Let's get some altitude so we don't dump this thing into the ground. Whatever the hell I say when I fire this thing. Go. Follow the missile. Let's watch this intelligent missile do its thing. Not the best start. It went into it went into a block of flats, RC. I did not see it doing that.
Perfect.
As soon as we turn the camera on. Okay, valid viewers. It didn't do that before. Wow, look, we took that whole block of flats down. Let's try that again, I guess. Bang in the steer point. Right, we'll do it the previous way I was doing, which is to go steer point 1, waypoint 1, enter, then go and reapply an altitude. It's a bit arse about face this way, but it did work. Waypoint 2, steer point 2. So it's the way I've applied the altitude is different now. And that's the only difference of what happened last time. Okay. Do the alignment, because it seemed to be getting that. It seemed to be doing minus 100 rather than 100 feet altitude, which is a bit embarrassing for all of us. Okay, done. Up we go, just to give it a bit of help. And fire. Go, intelligent missile. Intelligent Wagner missile. Please work. Yes! It was the order. Gotta get that on the bug list, I'll say. It's the order that I put the altitude in. If you put it in altitude, then where the waypoint is, it goes down to sea level. Shouldn't do that. Anyway, valued viewers, we are back in business, as we like to say. So we can see it going along the highway here. Just going to go between those buildings, turn right at Broadway. I had a turn. It's not supposed to do this. Obviously, we've done it before, so we know what's going to happen. But watch very carefully, valued viewers, just so I can show you my point later. Can you see where it's going, valued viewers? I can. And that's steer point 2. It's going to make a left turn now, I imagine. There it goes. Now watch this. This is a really interesting bit. Speed it up a bit. Look at this awesome curve. There it is. Beautiful. Majestic, artistic. Boom. I hate it how it cuts away like that. It's so frustrating. Okay, Valividi, so what happened there was a really interesting thing. I'm going to go back to the mission editor to explain that. Rather than it going perfectly, like I said, to the waypoints, rather than going ping there, and then ping there, it doesn't fly like that. What it's got is a subroutine or a function in there that says, rather than do that, take these as vertices. So I used to do this in my old job, which is why I'm really interested in it. These are three-dimensional vertices with an X, Y, and a Z. And draw what we call a 5-axis or a three-dimensional line. I think he called it a NURB. I've forgotten the exact name for the type of curve. Like a wiggly line of best fit through those vertices. That's not quite accurate. A best fit would actually go out like that. It's actually, you draw an infill line around here, around there, following my mouse, and terminate there. That's exactly what it did. The parameters, so they're calling on a function, same thing I used to do for work, giving it a few parameters, saying, okay, I want a minimum radius of 10,000 feet or whatever that was. I want to make sure I hit that waypoint, that waypoint, and there's different ways you can interact with the waypoints, and then make sure I hit the final point there. That's what it's doing. It's got this little bit of code in the background to do that, okay? So we can draw a very easy conclusion from it. We've worked the missile as hard as we possibly can, and it's barely even, it didn't even hit that vertice there. It managed to hit that one, and it managed to hit that one. So it's not maneuverable at all in comparison to what we want to do. If we want to duck inside and outside of little hills or buildings, no, it's not that good. The biggest thing we could kind of bend it around would be something like that, an island about 10 miles across kind of thing. Anything smaller, canyons, buildings, it's just not going to play ball. I mean, it will technically avoid things in terms of height. So if a hill suddenly appears in front of it, it will go over it, but you won't be able to control it through a canyon like you really want to, if you know what I mean. You're not going to get that kind of control. Also, the maximum amount of steer points it can have before the impact waypoint is 5. The valued viewers are saying also it's not thrust vectored and it's only got small wings. It's probably simulating that the missile isn't very maneuverable, and that may be right. You know, I don't have a clue, obviously. Sounds plausible, like the guy said. Now we found it's not very maneuverable. Is it stealthy? Apparently it's stealthy in real life. I think by means of electrical warfare. You guys will know better than me about this modern kind of stuff. So this is going to send it up against a SA-10 and an SA-15. We've got our very simple test for testing the interceptability of a missile. We've got an island out here. We've got an SA-10 full suite in there, and we've got 4 independent SA-15s around it, all within, you know, a few hundred feet, all facing the right direction. They're all red alert status, and they're all high skill. So let's get set up. Super simple. Air to ground. Slammer. TO. I'll put it low flight, but that's still 5,000 feet, so it's still going to be perfectly interceptable. E-fuse. Steer point. No, I don't want any. Waypoint designate. Slam. Release. Manual. Mission. Done. Just got to get it aligned. And missile away. Let's not waste any time. Let's just get it there. So it should be flying at 5,000 feet. Is it? It's not. It's flying at 180 feet, and I don't know why.
What'd you program it to?
Low. And no, I haven't overridden it, so it should fly at 5,000 is my understanding of how this should work.
Yeah.
It's not my... I mean, I don't want to say it's wrong, because I simply might not have the right...
You didn't put any steer points in, right? Just...
No, nothing.
Huh.
So people are now going to say, oh, you made it fly too low. Okay. Stop. We've already got missiles out anyway. Right, we've got the Grumble's already fired at it. So it's 180 feet off the ground, and the Grumble's already firing at it at 20 miles. There is absolutely nothing. Oh, it's firing at me. You know, I'm dead. There's absolutely nothing stealthy about this missile at all, I can tell you. In the game, at least. Cap, it's not a game.
Yeah, confirmed it's 5. Cruise altitude is 5,000 feet on low.
Yeah, alright, well, maybe it is a bug then. I don't know. Stop. Look at that. Wow.
That's weird.
Look at that grumble come in. Oh no, the grumble. The grumble. Oh, I almost got it. One more frame and I would have caught it. No, I mean, 20 miles away on the deck, over the horizon, curvature of the Earth was visual on this, you wouldn't even be able to see it. It can be intercepted by, you know, bending a radar beam. So it's about as unstealthy as something someone can get. It's as simple as that. That's it. That's all the questions answered. Whether you like the answers or not, there they are. Anything you want to add, RC?
Nope.
Bye-bye.